I wish to lead the debate.
Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, my name is Joel-Onowakpo, representing the good people of Delta South Senatorial District. Mr. President, permit me to lead the debate of this important bill for the establishment of Nigerian Maritime University Okerenkoko. The bill was read for the first time in this hallowed chamber on Tuesday, 1st August 2023. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is important to note that this bill being represented today for second reading was passed by both chambers towards the end of the 9th Assembly. Unfortunately, the President was unable to assent to read before May 29, 2023, the terminal date of the last administration. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the Nigerian Maritime University was established following the groundbreaking ceremony on the 10th May 2014 by the former President of Nigeria, President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, at Okerenkoko, Delta State, in the creeks of the Niger Delta to curb youth restiveness and to bridge the educational gap. The bill is a bold step towards not only addressing the educational backwardness of the people of the difficult Niger Delta terrain, but also for joining the leagues of countries like the United States of America, South Korea, India, China, Britain, Panama, Canada, Netherlands, Brazil, Argentina, and Ghana as countries with such universities as platform for the training of top-class manpower for the maritime industry. It is noteworthy that as of today, there is a maritime academy at Oron, Akwa Ibom State. However, with the level of activities in the maritime sector, such as the ongoing work at the Lekki Deep Sea Port, Badagry Port, the existing Sapele, Brutu, Cocoa ports that are yet to be exploited and developed, which require huge manpower, the Maritime University of Oron alone may not be able to meet up with providing the required manpower for the sector. Hence, the original decision to set up this one. The SNET should note now that the country is set to make the blue economy as a major revenue earning window with the establishment of the Ministry of Blue Economy by Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCRF. The passage of this bill to enable the university to provide the needed manpower cannot be overemphasized. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it is important to note that Delta State contributes more than 30% of the total oil and gas revenue of the Federation. And more specifically, it was in Uzeri, in Isoko South local government in Delta State and Delta South Neutral District specifically, that started the first exploration of oil in 1957. Till today, it is the largest petroleum producing community in Nigeria. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, it will interest you to know that there is no government institution of this caliber in the entire area, thus forcing the youth from the region to seek for university education very far outside their region. When fully functional, the Nigerian Maritime University Okerenkoko will provide accessible education to most of the young constituents in the southern part of Delta State, thereby reducing the chances of youth restiveness and illiteracy level. The objective of this university, the objectives for which this university is established, among others, are to encourage the advancement of learning and to hold out to all persons without distinction of race, creed, sex, or political conviction the opportunity of acquiring a higher education in maritime technology. 2, to develop and offer academic and professional programs leading to the award of diplomas, first degrees, postgraduate research, and higher degrees with emphasis on planning, adaptive, technical, maintenance, developmental, and productive skills in the engineering, scientific, and allied professional disciplines relating to maritime resources with the aim of producing socially matured men and women with capability not only to understand, use, and adapt existing technologies in the maritime industry, but also to improve on them and develop new ones. C, to act as an agent and catalyst through postgraduate training, research, and innovation for the effective and economic utilization, exploitation, conservation of the country's maritime resources. D, to offer to the general public, particularly the maritime industry, as a form of public service, the results of training, research, and to foster the practical application of these results. E, to establish appropriate relationship with other national institutions involved in training, research, and development of technologies in the maritime sector. F, to identify the technological problems and the needs of the maritime industry and to find solutions to them within the context of overall national development. G, to provide and promote sound basic scientific training as a foundation for the development of maritime technology and applied science, taking into account indigenous cultures and the need to enhance national unity. And finally, to undertake any other activities appropriate for a maritime university of the highest standard. Mr. President and distinguished colleagues, the maritime sector of our economy has very high potentials and it requires high level of technical, scientific, and administrative skills to drive it. The sector today is dominated by foreign interests. The very few such professionals were trained abroad. This university, when fully operational, will save the federal government huge foreign exchange currently deployed to capacity building abroad. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the enactment of this bill will help in transforming educational functions in Nigeria, in producing the desired manpower and expertise